Here's how I turned my branding from this to this as an artist. Online, it's becoming harder and harder to carve out your own space for yourself. However, using strategies like branding can help boost your audience. In simple terms, branding is just your visual identity. What will your audience associate you with? This is a common question that is pretty broad. I like to start with a simple question like, what color do you want your viewers to think of you as? We can see this technique used in popular celebrities like Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX. The first step in my process for creating a brand, I'm going to create a visual board for what I want my brand to encompass. For this, I will be using Milanote. You could use Pinterest or any other online source. Starting off with the idea of color, I begin with this limeish green, and I've always associated with this specific album of Snow Patrol. It's where I got my handle from. I also just wanted to create a brand that really encompasses who I am as a person. I didn't include much here, but I'm a pretty beachy person. I love the ocean, I love the surfer vibe, I love the Miami vibe. Miami. You know, I just learned that Miami is in Florida. I thought it was in California. Yeah. After I was happy with what I had, I basically took a step back and tried to see if there was any reoccurring themes. Can I explain this in simple words? What I've deduced is that I want a digital 90s surfer vibe, whatever that means. The next step is how you're going to apply this abstract idea onto your content, whether this is for Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, etc. In my case, I want this for YouTube, so I need to understand what my structure is going to look like and what I'll need. Using Milanote again, I create just a basic rundown of how my videos will look like and what assets I'll need. Now that this step is complete, here comes the final production. Here's where I'm going to take those ideas and apply it to my product. Here I'm creating all my assets. I'll be specifically highlighting how I made my mascot. I wanted to basically combine those three words I defined earlier, digital, surfer, and 90s, by just using simple design tricks like the jersey, the swimsuit, and then using pixel art. In my case, I really didn't need to be fancy with the process at all. You'll see that I'm not even mixing my own colors. I'm just kind of having a rough day. I chose to do whatever, I just wanted it done, and that is okay. The biggest lesson I've learned as an artist is that you don't have to be afraid to be controversial. I'm coming out to say it, I love copying, I love tracing, but that is why now I have the skills I have. By training myself and learning how other people draw, I learned how to draw. You can't learn on your own with no information. So don't be afraid to be unoriginal. Don't be afraid if it's not perfect. Don't be afraid if it's like this other person. We learn off of each other and we also grow because of it. Many classically trained artists use master studies, which are just basic copying or tracing. The only real issue is if you call the art your own. It all matters, in the end, if you manage to produce it. If you have the physical reference of it, you're golden. It does not have to be Shakespeare level work. It does not have to be Michelangelo. Having something done is better than having something unfinished. If you have a good idea, it won't matter the quality. For example, just look at Miraculous Ladybug. I don't need to say anything. After I set up my little PNG, I needed a background or some kind of font. So I just searched up online some commercial free fonts, and then I like already spent a lot of time on this, and I wanted to be as efficient as possible because I just needed something done to start creating content. So I used presets in Clip Studio to create this background, and then I just transferred it to CapCut and added some filters. Creating visually good stuff, honestly, just, you don't need fancy materials. You just need to understand what you're doing. Your brand can change over time, but having something that's cohesive and unique to you can help your content grow in the long run and offer more opportunities for you to grow as an artist and as a person. I pushed this off for a long time because for some reason I thought I didn't want to become like an organization. However, this was limiting my opportunities and limiting my reach. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys try this out and create your own brand and take over the YouTube Shorts algorithm. Okay.